this out. Anthony Edwards with the game-saving block on SGA. Look at him come from behind
This
here.
was an incredible game.
Look at that block.
One of the greatest comeback. They went on a 16-0 run in the fourth quarter.
Like the
we have Chris
minutes.
Finch on our show today.
Look at that block by Ant and then flexed on him. It was an awesome victory for the Wolves. Listen, I know everybody loves OKC. I'm going to be real. They're going to be limited in the playoffs, okay? They've got SGA and a bunch of guys. And listen, after the game, Chris Finch popped off about SGA getting all the calls. And I call him free throw merchant. Listen to Chris Finch.
It's so frustrating to play this team because they foul a ton. You know, they really do. They foul all the time. And then, you can't really touch Shea. And it's a very frustrating thing, and it takes a lot of mental toughness to try to play through it. And we just eventually were able to get downhill and force the issue ourselves, and we're rewarded for it.
Yeah, folks, he's on later today. It is one of the best. Every year there's like 5 or 6 regular season games, and we keep thinking the Knicks and Celtics are going to be those games, and then Boston, it's over in the first quarter. This was a great, 8, 9 moments in the game late. Minnesota just caught total fire in this game.
They did. Now, let's just drill down on SGA for a quick second. He took 17 free throw attempts yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody wants him to win the MVP. Fine, give it to him. I don't care. But, Colin, if you watched any of OKC last night, you see one awesome player in SGA and a bunch of guys who are good. Now, I'm going to test you on this. This is a tough one. In a hypothetical Lakers-Thunder series, who are the 4 best players right now on the court? Lakers-Thunder.
Luka, SGA, LeBron.
Take your time on this final one.
I would say Jared Williams for
Jalen
Williams for OKC.
Interesting. I would go Austin Reeves.
Well, of course you would.
So the Lakers have 3 of the 4
I can't
best
believe you didn't
players.
put Brock Purdy in there.
Stop. Come
I
on,
would
listen.
just, if you're Jalen Williams on reach, dexterity, number 4.
Go look at his playoff numbers last year. Mediocre at best. He's your number 2. I'm just telling you, the Lakers will beat OKC in a playoff series if they beat.
Can I just say this, and I'll press Chris Finch on this. Karl Malone shot a lot of free throws too. NBA officials didn't huddle and say, you know what we want to do? We want to give this guy in Salt Lake that's got kind of a boring game a bunch of free throws. SGA is very good at manipulating space and getting to the free throw line. By the way, Jimmy Butler shows up in Golden State. Suddenly the Warriors lead the league in free throw attempts. The league is not saying before games, hey, you guys, Jimmy Butler, let's call a bunch of fouls. There are players in this league, and SGA is one of them, that are unbelievably deft at creating contact. Austin Reeves does a really good job of this. Jimmy Butler's great at this. LeBron for years has been great at it. A guy that's not necessarily great at it is Steph, who doesn't initiate a lot of contact. He'd rather fall away and hit. Dirk Nowitzki, although he got to the line, Dirk Nowitzki's a guy that would fall away. So SGA deserves a lot of credit.
He's awesome.
He gets to the line. He manipulates defenders.
You want to guess who okay, so Giannis leads the league in free throw attempts, which is obvious. He's a freak, Guess who number 2 is? Take a guess.
SGA.
Yeah. And the rest of the list is basically big guys, wings and bigs.
Well,
and yet SGA somehow magically on the list.
Why in the world would the NBA pick a player from Canada that plays in OKC and give him the whistle?
I'm not saying
James
it's a conspiracy.
Harden forever got the whistle.
But it's annoying that he gets every freaking call. Anytime he tries to, can't breathe on SGA. You got to protect him. He's like Patrick Mahomes. Can't touch him. Cannot touch him.
Maybe the player deserves a little credit.
He's good. SGA's good.
J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Live.
I mean, if you think about it, if the league really was going to pick somebody to get to the line, they'd pick Jalen Brunson, the point guard for New York. Let's just get him to the line. They wouldn't pick a Canadian playing in Oklahoma City, nor would they pick Karl Malone, who lived at the line. Another guy, I don't know where Luka is on that list, but Luka initiates a ton of contact. A ton of contact. Yes. Is he on the top free throw shooters?
He's not.
Also, he hasn't played this year, so it's hard to judge him.
I'll go. So it's Giannis, SGA, followed by AD, then one small guard, Trae Young, D-Book, and Jalen Brunson is 8th on free throw attempts. So, he gets to the line, but SGA's is a little aggressive. Come on.
Coming up next, I'm not somebody that romanticizes sports. And something happened yesterday, and it made me so happy. And maybe I'm just being obnoxious, but it feels like one of our sports that I love is growing up. And we'll talk about that next. Live in LA, it's The Herd.